News in high definition continues.
This week, we've told you about the low attendance at Beaver Stadium over the last few years and why people have been dropping their season tickets and what's keeping fans around there at Beaver Stadium. We also looked into the legacy of Joe Paterno. Now, part of that legacy may include the reinstallation of his statue. So whatever happened to that statue, it is certainly one of the biggest mysteries in Pennsylvania. It was removed, wrapped up, and whisked away from outside of Beaver Stadium on an early Sunday morning in 2012, not seeing the light of day since then. WTAJ News reporter Cody Combs went searching for answers.
These are some of the last images many Penn State fans still remember of their former head coach. One of those images is still drawing interest. This one. The statue of Coach Paterno removed 6 months after his death.
And everyone would always take pictures around it. We loved it. It brought the community together.
It was like a really cool landmark to see. It was one of the factors that helped me come here.
I know that it was one of my family's favorite landmarks, their favorite spots to take pictures of.
First placed outside Beaver Stadium in 2001 as a celebration of Paterno's career, after his death in 2012, it briefly became a place of reflection. But at the height of the Sandusky fallout, the statue was a lightning rod for Paterno foes. And now, 1 year and 3 months after the statue was taken away into Beaver Stadium, the question remains, where is the statue of Joe Paterno now?
I've heard that it's like underground underneath Beaver Stadium.
I have no idea, but it's in a building, in a basement somewhere. Like,
I honestly don't know. I wish I knew, but I don't.
It's been reportedly moved from time to time for security reasons. Some have suggested it's still inside Beaver Stadium, hidden in the All Sports Museum. But museum volunteer Jack Valesco disagrees.
Not at all. It's not in there at all. Not in the museum, that's where we work.
And then there's the man who ultimately made the decision to remove the statue, PSU President Rodney Erickson. If there's one person who knows where the statue is, it would be the man responsible for taking it down, right?
Where is it?
Where?
The statue.
I don't know.
A select few people you don't know.
That's right, I don't know.
Keep in mind the statue is 7 feet tall, 900 pounds, and it had to be removed on a forklift. It's not exactly the easiest thing to hide.
But not only the statue, the wall, the plaques, it meant so much to so many people.
Penn State fan Brian Hassinger is leading the effort to find and place the statue back where it once stood. He's heard all the statue rumors.
I've heard underneath the stadium, and, I've heard in a couple buildings close to the stadium, basically, is what I've heard.
Hassinger says he's asked around and researched possible statue locations. He's convinced it's still on campus.
I spoke with one maintenance person that told me it was put in another building, and that was back at the original start of it.
But less than a mile away, in an unassuming series of buildings, is where Hassinger believes the statue may have been stored. At least that's what his sources say. The Materials Research Building. We've asked workers inside and out who say they haven't seen the statue, but some of the no trespassing signs on one of the buildings kept us at a distance. We've reached out to Penn State officials and the Board of Trustees as well. Penn State Director of Public Information Lisa Powers responded with this brief email. Quote, "The statue, as it has been said before, is in an undisclosed location. I have no idea where it may be, so I don't believe we have anything to add to your story." We even asked Pennsylvania Governor Tom Corbett.
I'm not going to get in the middle of that.
Then there's the issue of what will eventually happen to the statue. That's a decision PSU President Rodney Erickson has passed on to another group.
That'll be a decision that the board can make at some later date.
And in the end, hundreds of thousands of fans still want to know, where is the statue and when, if ever, will it come back?
Thanks, Cody.